Picture this. You've finally achieved a sense of tranquility by distancing yourself from a demanding relationship. It's a move towards personal peace and growth, a much-needed breath of fresh air. But just when you start relishing this newfound freedom, they return, eager to bridge the gap you painstakingly created. Have you ever found yourself in such a perplexing situation, wondering what drives these individuals to re-enter your life just as you begin to thrive without them? This scenario is not uncommon, whether it involves a past romantic partner, an old friend, a former colleague, or even a distant family member. Today, we will explore the curious dynamics of why people tend to reappear after you've given them distance. What brings them back into your orbit? Is it a genuine desire for reconciliation, a struggle with loss of control, or simply the pain of loneliness? Understanding these patterns can help us navigate such reconnections with wisdom and caution. We'll delve deeper into the top 5 reasons behind this behavioral rebound, aiming not just to explain, but also to empower you with the choices you make in response. Through the lens of Stoicism, we can approach these situations with both compassion and firm boundaries, fostering relationships that contribute positively to our lives. Number 1. The fear of losing control. In many relationships, especially those marked by intense emotional engagements, one party, often subtly or sometimes overtly, exercises a level of control. This control might manifest as influencing decisions, shaping schedules, or even affecting personal choices and relationships with others. When you step back and introduce distance into such a dynamic, it can provoke a notable reaction. The sudden disappearance of this control can cause discomfort or even fear in the other person, prompting them to seek out ways to re-establish their influence. The person who returns to your life after you've given them distance might not initially seem to be pursuing control. They may approach you with kind words, nostalgic reminiscences, or seemingly benign intentions. However, beneath these gestures can often lie a deep-seated need to restore the old patterns that once allowed them to feel secure and dominant. Stoicism teaches us about the importance of remaining aware of our internal states and external influences. When someone returns under the guise of missing the relationship but exhibits signs of wanting to regain control, for instance, by questioning your other relationships, suggesting they know what's best for you, or undermining your personal growth, it's essential to recognize these behaviors for what they are. In such situations, practicing Stoic principles involves observing their behavior objectively, without immediate emotional reaction. Evaluate whether their return genuinely serves a healthy purpose in your life, or if it primarily revolves around their need to regain a position of dominance. This realization not only empowers you to make decisions that protect your well-being, but also helps in setting boundaries that prevent the recurrence of previous unbalanced dynamics. Maintaining your autonomy and ensuring that your relationships are mutually respectful and fulfilling should always be a priority. If their return compromises these principles, it may be necessary to reinforce your boundaries even more firmly, ensuring that your space and autonomy are not just respected, but also prioritized. Number 2, curiosity and nostalgia. Distance has a peculiar way of filtering our memories, often leaving us with a nostalgic gloss over past relationships. This effect isn't just felt by those who initiate the distance, it also impacts those on the receiving end. When you pull away from someone, it often provokes a sense of curiosity and nostalgia in them. They might begin to reminisce about the good times shared, selectively remembering the laughter and joy, while the reasons that necessitated the distance fade into the background. This selective memory can be potent. It's human nature to yearn for the past, especially when current circumstances might be challenging or lonely. Consequently, those from whom you've distanced yourself might feel a strong pull to return to a time when things seemed better or simpler. This return is motivated by a desire to recapture lost happiness or rekindle a sense of familiarity and comfort that they associate with you. However, nostalgia, while warm and comforting, can also be deceptive. It glosses over the complexities and challenges that led to the need for distance in the first place. Stoicism teaches us the importance of perception and judgment. It encourages us to see things as they are, not just as we wish them to be. In these situations, it becomes crucial to assess the motivations of someone coming back into your life with clarity. If someone returns driven by nostalgia, it's important to gently remind both them and yourself why the distance was needed. Reflection is key here. Consider discussing openly the issues that led to the initial separation and whether those issues have been resolved or can realistically be addressed now. Through this lens, you can evaluate whether reopening communication could lead to healthier interactions or whether it might revert back to the same patterns that required distance originally. Handling such a situation with stoic wisdom means not being swayed purely by emotions, but grounding your decisions in rational thought and genuine assessment of past patterns and present realities. If the dynamics that caused the initial distancing remain unchanged, it may be necessary to maintain that separation to protect your well-being and personal growth. Number 3. Genuine growth and regret. Amidst the complexities of relationships, there are instances where time apart does lead to personal reflection and genuine change. When you create distance, it can serve as a wake-up call, prompting the other person to introspect and recognize their shortcomings or the pain they may have caused. In these rare but valuable cases, they come back because they've undergone real growth and wish to demonstrate their regret and renewed perspective. This kind of return is markedly different from others. It is characterized not just by apologies, but by visible changes in behavior and attitudes. The individual may come back with a clear understanding of the issues that led to the distance, equipped with concrete steps they've taken toward improvement. This could involve therapy, self-help, or tangible efforts in personal or professional areas of their life. Stoicism values the power of reason and the potential for personal betterment. It teaches that people are capable of change if they embrace reason and work diligently on refining their character. When someone returns after genuine growth and with sincere regret, it presents an opportunity to reassess the relationship on new terms. This scenario demands a discerning yet open-hearted approach. To navigate this renewed connection effectively, engage in honest dialogue about past grievances and the specific changes both parties have witnessed. Discuss boundaries and expectations clearly to ensure that any rekindled relationship does not fall back into unhealthy patterns. A stoic approach in this context would involve observing their actions over time to confirm consistency between their words and deeds. Trust needs to be rebuilt, and consistency is key in verifying the authenticity of their transformation. This reconnection can be rewarding if both individuals commit to a path of mutual respect and understanding, embodying the principles of growth and accountability. However, the decision to renew contact should always be weighed carefully against the backdrop of past experiences and current realities, ensuring that any steps taken towards reconnection genuinely enhance your well-being and personal growth. Number 4. Loneliness and conveniences. Another compelling reason people often resurface after you've distanced yourself from them is the uncomfortable void that your absence creates in their lives. Loneliness is a powerful emotion, and it can drive individuals to seek out past connections, hoping to rediscover a sense of companionship and belonging. This is particularly true in cases where the relationship played a significant part in their daily lives, providing emotional or even practical support. In addition to emotional loneliness, there's also the aspect of convenience, which can motivate someone to return. In many relationships, individuals become accustomed to the benefits or conveniences that the other person provides. This could range from simple things like always having a +1 for social events, to more complex roles like offering advice, help in decision-making, or financial support. When you create distance, the sudden absence of these benefits can be stark, and the desire to regain that lost convenience can prompt a return. From a Stoic perspective, it's crucial to see beyond the surface emotions and understand the deeper motivations behind someone's return. Stoicism teaches us to cultivate self-sufficiency and not to depend unduly on external sources for our happiness or well-being. If someone returns driven largely by loneliness or the loss of convenience, it is essential to evaluate whether re-engaging with them would truly be beneficial or if it might simply perpetuate a cycle of dependency. To address this, approach any discussions about rekindling the relationship with clarity and honesty. It's important to ascertain whether their return is truly about a meaningful connection or if they are primarily motivated by filling a void or regaining a convenience. This involves setting clear expectations and boundaries that prioritize emotional health and mutual respect over mere convenience. If you decide to reopen communication, emphasize the importance of building an authentic, balanced relationship where both parties contribute equally and healthily. Teaching and practicing independence within the relationship can ensure that connections are maintained for the right reasons, not just to avoid loneliness or for mere practicality. This approach not only aligns with Stoic ideals, but also fosters more sustainable and enriching relationships. Number 5. The resilience test. When you choose to distance yourself from others, it's often seen as a boundary-setting measure, a mark of asserting your self-respect and peace. Yet, interestingly, this very action of distancing can be perceived as a challenge by some, especially those who have been accustomed to a certain level of influence or connection in your life. For these individuals, the distance isn't just a change in relational dynamics. It's a test of their resilience and determination. In scenarios where they see this distance as a hurdle to be conquered, their return to your life is motivated not by a desire for a healthy reconciliation, but by a need to affirm their own capability to overcome rejection. This dynamic is particularly common in relationships where past interactions were governed by challenges and competitions, whether overt or subtle. Your decision to distance yourself might be viewed as a final challenge, sparking a drive in them to prove that they can win you back, restore the status quo, or simply demonstrate that they can breach the boundaries you've set. Stoicism offers a profound perspective on dealing with such situations. It suggests that true resilience isn't about bending others to our will, but about adapting our own attitudes and responses to the challenges life presents. Thus, when someone returns with the mindset of overcoming the challenge your distance poses, it's crucial to remain steadfast and calm, reiterating your boundaries clearly and without animosity. Reacting with emotional upheaval or aggressive defensiveness could be seen as a victory in their eyes, reinforcing their belief that they can disrupt your peace. Instead, practicing stoic calmness and firmness communicates that your decisions are based not on whims or an intent to provoke, but on a thoughtful consideration of what is healthiest for you. It's also vital to recognize this pattern early when someone approaches you after distance. If the interaction suggests they are more interested in proving a point than in genuinely engaging in a healthy relationship, it may be wise to maintain the distance, thereby protecting your emotional and mental well-being. This approach protects your space and underlines the significant Stoic virtue of self-control and independence, reinforcing the idea that your peace and autonomy are paramount and non-negotiable. In the face of such resilience tests, a Stoic demeanor not only maintains your tranquility, but also discourages future attempts to challenge your boundaries. Understanding the multifaceted reasons people might revisit your life after you've given them distance is crucial in maintaining not just your peace, but also in nurturing healthier relationships. Each of these reasons, whether it's a struggle for control, a pang of nostalgia, genuine personal growth, loneliness, or the view of your distance as a challenge to be overcome, requires a nuanced approach that aligns with your values and the principles of Stoicism. In conclusion, while reconnecting with someone who has previously been a part of your life can sometimes lead to positive outcomes, it's essential to approach such situations with a clear mind and a firm understanding of your own needs and boundaries. Evaluate each return against the backdrop of past interactions and current behavior changes. Are they showing genuine signs of growth? Are their intentions rooted in a desire for a truly balanced and healthy relationship, or are they driven by personal gain and convenience? Often, the greatest test in these scenarios isn't about whether you can keep others away, but whether you can hold on to your self-respect and personal peace amid external pressures to revert to old dynamics. Stoic philosophy emphasizes the importance of inner tranquility and rational decision-making, free from the sway of fleeting emotions or external expectations. If this discussion has resonated with you, or if you have found value in these insights, I encourage you to like, share, and subscribe for more content that strives to deepen our understanding of personal interactions and improve our emotional resilience. Remember, peace begins when expectation ends. This simple yet profound statement can be a guiding mantra in your interactions. Do share it in the comments below to inspire others, and let us all strive to foster environments that nurture our most authentic selves, free from unwanted intrusions and enriched by genuinely supportive relationships. Thank you for watching, and continue to cultivate your space with intention and wisdom.